Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Abhishek Mahajan, coming up in the next 30 minutes. India rejects Pakistan Army's accusation of Waziristan attack, says the statement deserves contempt. IDF says it eliminated Hamas co-founder and October 7 massacre mastermind Muhammad Isa al-Isa in strike, vows to eliminate all terrorists involved in 2023 attack. In Serbia, protests erupt in Belgrade over calls for snap elections. Protesters demand end to President Vucic's 12-year rule. Vucic says foreign powers behind the protest. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in monthly radio program Mann Ki Baat on All India Radio. And in sports, Smriti Mandhana's maiden century leads India to 97-run win over England in opening match of Women's T20I in Nottingham. India's External Affairs Ministry strongly rejected the Pakistani Army's claim of India's involvement in Waziristan attack on June 28. The Ministry of External Affairs condemned the accusation. India's External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal stated, and I quote him here, "We reject this statement with the contempt it deserves," unquote. On Saturday, a suicide bomb attack in Pakistan's North Waziristan district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province killed 16 troops and injured over 24 people, including civilians. The attack was claimed by suicide bomber wing of the Hafiz Gul Bahadur faction, a group affiliated with the Pakistani Taliban. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had an inspiring conversation with Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla as the astronaut continues his mission aboard the International Space Station. The conversation offered a rare glimpse into the life and work of an Indian astronaut in space and underscored India's growing role in global space exploration.
आप तो मुझे भली भांति जानते हैं, जब भी किसी से बात होती है तो मैं होमवर्क जरूर देता हूं। हमें मिशन गगनयान को आगे बढ़ाना है, हमें अपना खुद का स्पेस स्टेशन बनाना है और चंद्रमा पर भारतीय एस्ट्रोनॉट की लैंडिंग भी करानी है। इन सारे मिशंस में आपके अनुभव बहुत काम आने वाले हैं। मुझे विश्वास है आप वहां अपने अनुभवों को जरूर रिकॉर्ड कर रहे होंगे।
जी प्रधानमंत्री जी, बिल्कुल, ये पूरा मिशन की ट्रेनिंग लेने के दौरान और एक्सपीरियंस करने के दौरान जो मुझे लेसन्स मिले हैं, जो मुझे सीख मिली है, वो सब एक स्पॉन्ज की तरह मैं एब्जॉर्ब कर रहा हूँ और मुझे यकीन है कि ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत वैल्यूएबल प्रूव होंगी, बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट होंगी हमारे लिए जब मैं वापस आऊँगा और हम इन्हें इफेक्टिवली अपने मिशंस में इनके लेसन्स अप्लाई कर सकेंगे।
And talking to Shubhanshu Shukla, Prime Minister Modi said that his journey had inspired a new interest in science among the youth and children of the country, and their passion for space exploration had grown.
देश के बच्चों में, युवाओं में विज्ञान को लेकर एक नई रुचि पैदा हुई। अंतरिक्ष को एक्सप्लोर करने का जज्बा बढ़ा। अब आपकी ये ऐतिहासिक यात्रा उस संकल्प को और मजबूती दे रही है। आज बच्चे सिर्फ आसमान नहीं देखते, वे यह सोचते हैं मैं भी वहां पहुंच सकता हूं। यही सोच, यही भावना हमारे भविष्य के स्पेस मिशंस की असली बुनियाद है।
Shubhanshu also echoed the Prime Minister's encouragement through his space journey, saying that this is a journey for the entire country.
कहीं ना कहीं बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी हो रही हैं जो दर्शाती हैं कि मैं और मेरे जैसे बहुत सारे लोग हमारे देश में और हमारा भारत किस दिशा में जा रहा है। ये जो मेरी यात्रा है, ये पृथ्वी से ऑर्बिट की 400 किलोमीटर तक की जो छोटी सी यात्रा है, ये सिर्फ मेरी नहीं है। मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं हमारे देश की भी यात्रा है।
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. on Sunday. It will be the 123rd episode of monthly radio program. The program will be broadcast across the entire All India and Doordarshan network, the AIR News website and the News On Air mobile app. It will also be live streamed on the YouTube channels of AIR News, DD News, the PMO and the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. The multinational peacekeeping exercise Khan Quest 2025 concluded on Saturday at the Five Hills training area in Mongolia. The closing ceremony was attended by the Defence Minister of Mongolia, who lauded the spirit of and professionalism displayed by all participating contingents. With 24 nations participating, including India, the exercise focused on enhancing interoperability, joint peacekeeping tactics and humanitarian coordination. Indian troops actively engaged in field training activities alongside global partners. The event underscored the shared commitment to peace, stability and multinational military cooperation. The India Met Department has forecast intense rains across many regions until July 4th. According to the forecast, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh may witness extremely heavy rainfall on June 30th, while Konkan, Goa, Gujarat and Madhya Maharashtra are likely to see heavy rain throughout the week. Weather changes are expected in cities like Dehradun and Haridwar, with rainfall likely to lash parts of Uttarakhand. From Ghaziabad in the west to Varanasi in the east, Uttar Pradesh is expected to receive moderate to heavy rain at least until July 4th. Heavy downpours with possible thunderstorms are predicted in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and the eastern states of Odisha and Bihar. Kerala and Tamil Nadu are likely to receive isolated heavy rain accompanied by strong winds. Plains of Assam and Tamil Nadu may experience hot and humid weather from June 28th to 30th with sultry conditions as temperatures rise and moisture builds. Strong surface winds reaching 40 to 50 kilometers per hour are expected along the coast of Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Andhra Pradesh, prompting warnings for fishermen and travellers to stay cautious. In international updates, the Israeli Defense Forces and the Israel Securities Authority has claimed to kill Hamas co-founder Mohammed Isa al-Issa in a strike in Gaza City on Friday. IDF spokesperson confirmed that al-Issa was killed in the strike along with his wife and grandson in the area of Sabra within the city. The Israeli military described al-Issa as a senior figure in the militant group's military wing and said he was considered a founder of both Hamas itself and Hamas's military wing. At the time of his death, he was serving as head of his combat support headquarters. Al-Issa was also a member of Hamas's General Security Council. The IDF said al-Issa played a significant role in the planning and execution of October 7th massacre. More than 1,200 people were killed when Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, 2023 and took more than 250 people hostage. US President Donald Trump on Saturday criticized Israel's prosecutors over an ongoing corruption trial against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, saying that the judicial process was going to interfere with Netanyahu's ability to conduct talks with both Hamas and Iran. In a post on Truth Social, Trump also stated that given the billions of dollars worth of military aid US was providing to Israel, it was not going to stand for this. Netanyahu was indicted in 2019 in Israel on charges of bribery, fraud and breach of trust, all of which he denies. The trial began in 2020 and involves 3 criminal cases. Now, clashes erupted between police and protesters in Serbia's capital, Belgrade, during anti-government demonstrations demanding snap elections and an end to President Alexander Vucic's 12-year rule. Organized by students, around 140,000 people gathered and observed a commemorative silence at the protest. In a counter-move, police deployed scores of officers in riot gear around government buildings and parliament. Months of protests, including university shutdowns, have shaken Vucic a populist whose second term ends in 2027 when parliamentary elections are due. Opponents accuse him and his allies of links to organized crime, violence against rivals and curbing media freedom, charges they deny. The unrest began last December after 16 people died in a roof collapse at Novi Sad railway station on November 1st, with protesters blaming corruption for the disaster. And hundreds of people protested in Portugal's capital Lisbon against the worsening housing crisis. They are demanding rent controls and an extension of rental contract durations to 10 years. Protesters said Prime Minister Luis Montenegro, whose government was re-elected in May, had pledged to prioritize. However, that argue that the measures recently announced are inadequate, sparking fresh mobilization by housing rights groups in the city. Now, thousands of anti-government protesters gathered in Thailand's capital demanding Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatre's resignation over a leaked phone call with former Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen. Demonstrators took to the streets on Saturday, outraged by a June 15 conversation in which Paetongtarn urged Hun Sen not to listen to the other side in Thailand. The army commander was in charge of an area where a border clash last month led to one Cambodian soldier being killed. The man was killed on May 28 following an armed confrontation in a contested area. The leaked phone call with Hun Sen was at the heart of Saturday's protest and has set off a string of investigations in Thailand that could lead to Paetongtarn's removal. We are slipping into a very short break, but still to come on this edition of DD India Live. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio condemns Iran's demand to arrest IAEA chief, calls for inspector safety. Europe swelters in summer's first heat wave as climate change intensifies. In sports, Tanvi Sharma to face Bevin Zhang of China in finals of US Open Badminton. She is fourth Indian women's singles player to reach a Super 300 final.
And the US launch a bombing campaign against Iran. The Philippines vessel suffered structural damage. The saga of child sexual abuse is the United States China's debt trap strategy. Truth is stranger than fiction. But sometimes hard to uncover. Trust us to tell the truth, unadulterated and pure, of every story that matters to you.
Exactly what to save your country.
You read between the lines, cut the clutter, and connect the dots to get you the full picture. Watch Connecting the Dots at these times with me, only on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Some more stories. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has denounced calls in Iran for the arrest and execution of International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Grossi, describing them as unacceptable and calling for international condemnation. In a post on social media platform X, Rubio said, and I quote him here, "We support the IAEA's critical verification and monitoring efforts in Iran and commend the Director General and the IAEA for their dedication and professionalism. We call on Iran to provide for the safety and security of IAEA personnel." Unquote. His statement comes amid escalating tensions following Israeli and US strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. Iran's parliament recently approved a bill to suspend cooperation with the IAEA unless its nuclear facilities are guaranteed protection. Meanwhile, UN nuclear watchdog chief Rafael Grossi said Iran likely will be able to begin to produce enriched uranium in a matter of months despite damage to several nuclear facilities from US and Israeli attacks. Israel launched a bombing campaign on Iranian nuclear and military sites on June 13, saying it was aimed at keeping Iran from developing a nuclear weapon, an ambition the Islamic Republic has consistently denied. The United States subsequently bombed 3 key facilities used for Tehran's atomic program. And the second largest party in South Africa's coalition government, the Democratic Alliance, said it is not scared to walk away from the coalition. At a press conference in Cape Town, the A Federal Council chairperson Helen Zille said they are not afraid to go for the nuclear option. South Africa's Democratic Alliance party has withdrawn from a national dialogue but stopped short of leaving the coalition government after President Cyril Ramaphosa fired one of his deputy ministers. The national dialogue is a process launched by Ramaphosa to unite the country after last year's election, which saw his African National Congress lose its parliamentary majority for the first time in 3 decades, forcing it to team up with the DA to form a government. Now, global weather updates now. Southern Europe is bracing for its first major heat wave of the summer, with temperatures expected to soar across the region. Italy, France, Portugal and Spain are all under heat alerts, with temperatures forecast to reach as high as 42 degrees Celsius in Lisbon and 46 degrees in parts of Spain. In France's central city of Tours, schools have been closed on Monday and Tuesday in the afternoon. The nearby city of Orleans had already made access to some air-conditioned museums free. 17 cities in Italy and 2/3 of Portugal will be on high alert on Sunday for extreme heat. Outdoor work has been banned in Palermo, Sicily, as the Liguria region in northern Italy, whereas the past 3 years have been the hottest in Spain's history. A massive wildfire is sweeping across Turkey's northwestern region, affecting dozens of villages and forcing large-scale evacuations. The situation has become dire enough for local officials to declare a state of emergency and establish a crisis center to coordinate relief efforts. Now, an earthquake measuring 5.2 on the Richter scale shook parts of Pakistan early Sunday morning at 3:54 a.m. Indian Standard Time. According to the National Center for Seismology, the quake struck at a depth of 150 kilometers near latitude 30.25 N and longitude 69.82 east. So far, there are no reports of damage or injuries. Notably, Pakistan has been prone to frequent earthquakes due to its location on major fault lines. Sports updates now. In Star Trek cricket, the India women displayed a stupendous performance in the first T20I of the series against England, clinching a 97-run victory at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. Smriti Mandhana was named the player of the match following her fiery 112-run knock, helping India power to 210 for 5. During the run chase, England women failed to showcase a performance against the Indian bowling attack. It was Sri Charani's 4-wicket haul that bundled out the host at 113, sealing a 97-run win for the women in blue. Earlier, Smriti Mandhana scripted history, becoming the first Indian woman to score centuries across all international formats with the breathtaking maiden T20I 100 against England at Trent Bridge. The India opener reached her maiden T20I ton in 51 balls, which also saw her smack 14 fours and 3 sixes to get to the landmark. Now, 6 pools for the upcoming FIH Hockey Men's Junior World Cup 2025 were revealed in a draw ceremony in Lausanne, Switzerland. The Hockey Men's Junior World Cup will be played in Chennai and Madurai from 28th November to 10th December. Germany are the current junior men's world champions, having defeated France 2-1 in the final of the 2023 edition. Defending champions Germany is placed in Pool A, while France is placed in Pool F. Team India is placed in Pool B along with Chile, Pakistan and Switzerland. Now, in soccer, Bayern Munich will hope to secure a place in the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup when they take on Flamengo on Monday. Vincent Kompany's Bayern finished second in Group C following a defeat to Benfica in their last group stage game. Harry Kane, Joshua Kimmich and Michael Olise will all return to Bayern Munich squad for Monday's clash. On the other hand, Flamengo top Group D and have lost just one of their last 18 games in League and Cup. Key players like Gerson, Eric Pulgar and Jorginho are expected to join the squad ahead of the match. Now, Kylian Mbappe continued his road to recovery as Real Madrid carried on training preparations for their FIFA Club World Cup round of 16 tie. Real Madrid is set to face Juventus on Wednesday in the round of 16 in Miami Gardens. The French forward has not featured in the Club World Cup tournament yet due to acute gastroenteritis. Mbappe missed Real Madrid's game against Al Hilal and RB Salzburg. Real Madrid ended the league stage of the tournament topping Group H. Now in badminton, young Indian shuttler Tanvi Sharma announced an imminent breakthrough season by reaching the finals by beating Ukrainian Polina Burhova 21-14, 21-16 late on Saturday night. Tanvi will face Bivin Zhang of China in finals of the US Open Badminton. She is the fourth Indian women's singles player to reach a Super 300 plus finals. A National Statistics Day celebrated on 29 June pays homage to Professor Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis, a pioneer in statistics and economic planning, and aims to raise public awareness, particularly among the younger generation, about the role of statistics in socio-economic planning and policy formulation for national development. Here's more.
Every year on the 29th of June, India celebrates National Statistics Day. This day commemorates the birth anniversary of Prasar Chandra Mahalanobis, a visionary thinker, a pioneering statistician, and a father of the modern statistics in India. It is observed to acknowledge the contribution of Indian statisticians and promote statistics as an essential field of study. P.C. Mahalanobis was born on June 29, 1893 in Kolkata. He is best known for developing Mahalanobis distance, a statistical method widely used in population studies and multivariate analysis. This concept measures the distance between a data point and the center of a distribution while accounting for the correlation between the different variables, a groundbreaking advancement in the statistical science. Beyond academics, Mahalanobis played a crucial role in shaping India's development path. In 1951, he became a founding member of Independent India's first planning commission. As a planner, he proposed the two-sector model for the industrial growth, which became the foundation of the second five-year plan between 1956 and 61. This model, known as Mahalanobis model, accelerated India's industrialization. In recognition of his immense contributions, he was honored with the Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award, in 1968. In 1931, P.C. Mahalanobis also founded the Indian Statistical Institute in Kolkata, which has now 10 branches across India, including in Delhi, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Coimbatore, and Girit, dedicated to the advanced statistical education and research. The first National Statistics Day was observed on June 29, 2007, with the aim to honor P.C. Mahalanobis' legacy and recognize the role of statistics in policy making and daily life. Statistics as a branch of mathematics deals with the collection, presentation, classification, and interpretation of data. It helps government and organizations design accurate, data-driven policies that are grounded in evidence and clarity. In 2025, India is celebrating the 19th National Statistics Day. This celebration is not just about history, it is a call to action for the next generation of thinkers, analysts, and changemakers to take forward P.C. Mahalanobis' vision of using statistics to empower progress, precision, and planning in every corner of the society.
Well, that's all we have in this edition of DD India Live, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.